Hello everyone, I'm Aarti and I'm student at Sri Sai Ram College of Engineering. In today's video, I will be talking about an important topic which is called as literature review and technical reading in effective research. If you are someone who actually wants to learn how to find and write information or to improve your research skills, then this video is for you. I will break down the process step by step and show you how to use these skills to make your research more effective and impactful. Let's get started. Let's take a quick look at what we will cover in this presentation. First comes introduction. In introduction, we will start with the basics, why research is important and how a strong foundation helps in achieving meaningful results. And next is with importance of literature review in research. In this, we will talk about how a literature review helps us understand and what has already been done and how it can guide our research in right direction. Next is with techniques for effective literature review. Here I will share some strategies to conduct a literature review effectively and find more relevant information. Next is with critical reading strategies. In critical reading strategies, I will walk you through some simple tips to make it easier to understand. Next comes principle of technical reading. In principles of technical reading, I will help you to break down the difficult research paper, patent and technical reports step by step. Next is with developing research questions and keywords. In this, we will focus on creating clear questions and finding the right keywords on our topics. Next is an important thing which is called as research tools and databases. In this, I will introduce you to come with powerful tools and databases you can use to find high quality research papers and reliable resources. Next comes the important topic which is called as role of literature review in IPR. IPR means intellectual property rights. In this we will discuss how a literature review plays a role in protecting our ideas and ensuring you are not infringing on someone else's work. At last, in conclusion, finally we will wrap up everything and summarize the key takeaway from this presentation. Let's start. In introduction, research is all about bringing new ideas and solutions into the world. But to do this effectively, we need to build on what's already been done. Where there two important tools come in, which is literature review and technical reading. A literature review helps us to find and understand information related to our topic, while technical reading helps us to break down the complex research papers, patents, and technical documents. But that's not all. Protecting our ideas is just as important as creating them. This is why we will learn about IPR, which is called as intellectual property rights. In this presentation, we will explore how to do a literature review, read technical content, and use smart research techniques. Let's get started into the topics. First is with importance of literature review in research. In this, literature review helps us to understand the researcher what has already been done in their field of study. That is, why it is so important in research. It helps us figure out what's already been done in a particular area of study. By reading and summarizing the existing work, we can see what's missing and what questions still need to answer. This helps us to avoid repeating what's already been done and instead focus on new ideas. Let's consider with a simple example. Now just think, imagine you are planning to open a new restaurant in your city. Could you just start cooking and serving food? Probably not. First, you would check what kind of restaurant is already exists nearby. Maybe there is lot of pizza places, but there is no one is serving about healthy salads or vegan options. By researching what's already there, You could come out with what is missing, and that gap is your opportunity. That's what exactly literature review does for the researcher. In short, literature review helps us to save time, avoid repeating what's already been done, and make your research unique and meaningful. Next is about techniques for effective literature review. In this, we will learn how effective literature review uses for the researchers. Okay, first step is doing a quick research review is deciding what exactly you want to explore. This is called defining the scope of your study. To carry out an effective literature review, researchers must first decide on the scope of their study, what exactly they want to approach. Once you are clear on your scope, the next step is to search for relevant materials. Relevant materials like research papers, books, articles, but it's important to use reliable resources like academic journals or trusted databases such as Google Scholar or IEEE Explorer. After gathering the material, you could just read it. You need to analyze and evaluate it. This making the searching if the information is trustworthy. Let us conclude with an example. Imagine you are a student searching how social media affects mental health. First step is to define your scope. Do you want to study the effect on teenagers or adults or both? Next, you will search for articles or papers on this topic. Maybe you find one paper about teenagers feeling anxious due to Instagram and another about how adults use Facebook to manage stress. After gathering this paper, you critically analyze them. Does the study about Instagram use proper research method? Is Facebook study is too old to relevant today? Then you organize your feeling. You will group similar themes together so your review flows logically. By following these steps, your literature review will be well organized and easy to understand. Next is with critical reading strategies. In this, we will read about how critical reading strategies will be helpful for the researchers. In this, critical reading means reading with the aim of fully understanding the material. Instead of passively going through the text, the reader actively questions the author's arguments, methods, and conclusion to get more idea about the paper. This involves identifying the main points, analyze the evidence provided, and plotting any gaps or weakness. Comparing the finding with another studies also help the reader from the well-rounded opinion about the object. Let us conclude this topic with a small example. The example is if you are reading a study about how drinking coffee improves focus. You ask a question like what method do they use? Did they study enough people? Or there are any other studies that agree or disagree with this finding? This help you to decide how reliable the study really is. So by this way, questioning helps the readers to critically analyze the reading strategies. Next is with principle of technical reading. In principle of technical reading, it is a skill of understanding complex document like research papers, patent or manual. It requires a focused approach. Start by skimming the abstract introduction and conclusion to get the overview of the content. Pay close attention to diagrams, graphs and tables as they often summarize important data. Then dive deeper into the method and result sessions. Instead of reading word by word, focus on the section more relevant to your purpose. Let us understand it deeper by saying the example. Imagine you are reading an instruction on how to build a toy car. First, look at the introduction. First, look at the introduction to understand what the final toy car will look like. Then focus on the pictures or diagrams that show how to put the parts together. If you are only stuck on attaching the wheels, then skip to that session instead of reading everything. This way, you quickly find what you need and finish your task easier and earlier. This is the basic principle of technical reading. Next is with developing research questions and keyword. What is research questions and keyword? This is a research question could be a specific and focused on addressing the what, why or how of the topic. For example, instead of asking what is climate change, a researcher could ask how does climate change affect crop yields to tropical regions. The keyword or the terms related to the topic that help in searching relevant material. Effective keywords and search techniques can save time and give the better result. Let us see an example questions. Instead of asking what is an air pollution, a researcher should ask a question: how does air pollution affect people's health in big cities? The first question is too broad and general, but the second question is focused on the specific issue which is related to the health and location, which is like big cities, making it easier to research and find meaningful answer. The keyword used in these questions are air pollution, health impact, big cities, respiratory problem, and urban health. By this way, the researcher find easier to develop their questions and keywords. Next is about search tools and databases. In the search tools and databases, it is very important to understand in which tools we can search for the papers. It is more relevant to the topic. For this, academic search engines and databases are essential for finding reliable research material. Google Scholar is widely used for general academic articles, while IEEE Explorer is popular for technical and engineering research. Now, every engineering students are using the Google Scholar and IEEE papers to refer more relevant research papers to gather the information. Researchers should also use advanced search filters to find paper by year, author, or subject, ensuring the results are relevant and up to date. They can even filter by the year, author name, and the subject and the title of their material. By this way, the research tools and databases is also play an important role for the researcher to find it efficient. Next is about an important topic which is called as role of literature review in IPR. What is IPR? IPR is intellectual property right. Once you are doing the research, it should not be published without the permission. For this, we need to know about the IPR, that is intellectual property rights. In literature review, the vital ensuring originality in research and preventing intellectual property violation. Before starting a new project, researchers study existing patent, article, and publication to confirm that their idea is unique. This is not only avoid duplication, but it also strengthens the case for copyrights. It ensures the researcher's work contributes something new to the field. By this IPR, we can reduce the copyrights duplications from the actual researchers. Let us consider an example. You are a developer planning to create a mobile app that helps people track their water intake. There are several steps to follow this. For step 1, before you start coding, you perform a literature review to check existing app and patent related to water tracking technology. In step 2, Your research relieves several apps already exist in this category, but you notice that many of them lack a unique feature integrating water intake with diet and exercise data in real time. Then comes step 3. In step 3, by reviewing the existing patent and article, you identify that there is a gap in specific combination which gives you the opportunity to build your app with this new feature. In step 4, this ensures your app will be different from what already out there and helps you to create an original product that could eligible for a new patent or copyright. Here, the literature review not only helps avoid duplication but also guides you to develop an innovative feature that could potentially strengthen your intellectual property rights. So, we have come to an end of our presentation. In conclusion, knowing about to find and understand useful information in a skill that makes a big difference. By following clear steps for literature review and technical reading, we can create research that add real value. Using tools and techniques to search better saves time and effort, while understanding intellectual property rights ensures that our work is original and protected. It is safe. In the future, combining these skills with new technology will help us to face challenges and make better contribution to our field. This way we can keep improving as researcher and bring innovative ideas to the world. So I hope you all understand the topic and the importance of literature review in the technical reading. Thank you.